Hey guys, it's the weekend and I actually have a little bit of time to myself, which never happens. My husband took my older daughter out for a drive and my little one is down for a nap. So I thought I would take this little chance here that I have to do a pedicure. And what I'm going to do is actually use some of my leftover mani strips because I only use like 6 when I do a full manicure. And I only need 4 to cover all 10 of my toes. I'm going to show you how I do it. So I have some leftover Moscow or Never from my manicure last week. I'm going to put that on my toes and I'm going to show you how I do it. And I actually use the 2 mani strips that I don't even need for my fingers, the very largest ones and the very tiniest ones. And I can cover three toes with that little tiny narrow strip that's way too narrow for my pinkies. So I thought I'd bring you along and you can check out, well, unfortunately you can check out my feet. So I'm sorry about that part. Okay, I really can't believe I'm doing this and taking a video of my feet. I have to say that's definitely a first and not something I really want to be doing all that frequently, mostly for your sake. So let's clean these off just like we would do our manicures. Okay, and you know, when we're doing pedicures, obviously the trickiest thing is finding the right size for your big toe because it's obviously going to be your biggest nail you'll have to cover. And I want to show you something. So I have these 2 sizes left, and obviously this one would be wide enough to fit my big toe. But the other thing you can do is you can go sideways and just remove the excess. Now this one is obviously not wide enough for my big toe, but what I'll do probably on the other side is just put it on like that and then remove the sides. So it totally works. Okay, so I already took the clear coat off. Here's our color right here. Just gonna put it right on and we'll be good to go. Alright, there we go. Big toenail covered. Just gonna fold it down. And we've got a little that's on my skin here. Get rid of that. Make sure it's not on my skin at all. Although it's not quite as important for your toes since you don't use your toes doing things that they could get caught on. So the reason you don't want, you know, when you're doing manicures, you don't want the edge to be on your skin is because then it will cure kind of lifted. And then as you do things, that little edge can catch and then it can break off and chip. And not as likely with your toes. So I don't spend as much time making my toes look perfect, but pretty fast. Let's see if I can use the other end that I did when I was doing my big toe. Sure can. Use my thumbnail to kind of cut it there on the side. There we go. Probably use this tiny one to cover all the rest. Take off the clear. Take off the back. There, that works. Just use my thumbnail to perforate it. Gotta kind of round this edge. Going pretty fast. Then I have this little tiny piece left, and that is definitely going to fit on my pinky toe, which means I got 1 whole foot done with 2 strips, the biggest and the smallest. Barely even have a toenail there. That helps, I guess. There you go, 1 foot done. Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys how I use that one strip that's not quite wide enough to cover my big toe. But it will be this way because my big toenail's not that long. Okay, so we'll take the clear off, take the color off. There's our color. I like to anchor it just to have some place to hold on to. I'm just gonna put it right down so that it comes as close, or comes down to where my skin starts here, and then I'll remove all the excess. So smooth out the top part first, because you don't want it to wrinkle. If you smooth the sides first, it has a tendency to kind of put a wrinkle right in the middle. So smooth the top first, then the sides. And I'll start using my thumb. I have a tiny bit of a thumbnail, and I'll use that to kind of cut or perforate the extra there. Check that out. I have a little more I can use that's left on the white backing here. I could save that for my toes, my other toes. Just use my thumbnail. It's super easy. And there you go. I mean, it really doesn't get much easier than that. Okay, so remember I had this little bit left from my big toe. So we can just use that on these toes. And then I'm going to use this little narrow one for the rest again, because this doesn't really do me much good on my fingernails. Take the color off and anchor, because I like to do that. I am really so sorry you guys have to see my feet. They are so dry, but this will make them look a little bit better. There you go. Doesn't look great because it's my toenails. I mean, my toes are so dry, but it certainly looks way better. What do you think? Super easy, right?